for America. They're representing a very narrow interest, and they're captured by Israel. They're toadies to genocidal war pig Israel. Okay? We need to realize that and just flush them all straight down the toilet and start over. It's a new, local, actual people, real humans, local humans, real humans, and not captured mega politicians run by mega donors, right? And we need to expose that. We need to expose all the people that take how much, like their APAC number. I love this. I proposed this a while ago, the APAC number, that everybody would wear a number on their suit, how much money they get from APAC. And that would be their APAC number. So then we could know you're captured by them to the tune of $10,000. You are beholden to them for $100,000, you know. So we know how much, you know, APAC has bought them. That was great. That was a great idea. But we need to continue with that and just expose everyone, all of them. They all need to have their APAC number, and they need to have their, I'd say also Raytheon, Pfizer, you know, let's say biotech, or not biotech, biopharma, big pharma. So they need to have a big pharma number next to their name, so we know how much big pharma. That includes Merck, Gilead, Monsanto, Pfizer, you know, all these different companies. Who are the makers of Ozempic? I forget their name. Anyway, but so they need to have their pharmaceutical number, how much they get from the pharmaceutical donors, and they need to have their Israel number, how much they get from Israel, and they need to have their, I don't know, Raytheon number, defense contractor number. Then we'd know who they are, and just flush them all down the toilet. Just get rid of all of them. They're all just crap. A new group in there with better ideas and agendas that they can really help the American people. These phrases I say now, they have no meaning anymore. Affordable health care, affordable housing. See, on the tongue of a demon, affordable health care becomes Obamacare, which is Mitt Romney care, which is give everything to the HMO. Let the HMO dictate the policy and let most working class Americans' premiums triple. Right? That's Obamacare. That's what happened. That's their version of affordable health care. Is the crap that now won't give you an MRI if you need one, won't take care of you, and is making the American people actually diminished, sick, diminished, mentally diminished, immuno-diminished. I can see it every day. I can feel it in myself because of our diet and inferior diet that has no essential fatty acids, and you know, lots of too many processed foods, too many hydrogenated seed oils, too much sugar overall, not enough healthy fat. It's making people stupid and weak and retarded, making them so that when the CIA tells them to go around and say no kings, they're doing that because their diet sucks. So they don't have the scrutiny, they don't have the ability to say, hey, maybe we should organize our own protest this time. Maybe we should not relying on so much money from indivisible.org. Maybe we could have a protest without indivisible.org. They're not mutually exclusive. If indivisible.org and all the money from Arabella advisors and the CIA and all the corrupt pieces of crap that run everything else, if they're going to run our protest, okay, cool. Well, then we could co-opt the protest and turn it into something else, turn it into something real. Or, throw one yourself. But so far, the American people in the Bay Area, progressive Bay Area, have not been throwing their own protests. There hasn't been anything like it. Only when the indivisible.org or the hands off or the whatever people call the protest, then everybody gets involved and they all want to go, including the SEIU, labor dorks, and all the pacified Democrat labor turds around here calling themselves labor. They're captured by corporate Democrats. They're not labor. Andy Stern, compromised corporate labor. Corporate labor. They all have that feel. Oh, Jeff, we're going to be professional. We're very well spoken, and let us do the lobbying for. We'll make the contract, and you can just vote it up or down. We're labor. Haha. We don't want your input beforehand in the contract. And what we're going to give you is stuff like, affordable health care, right? We're going to let the company pay into Kaiser Permanente on your behalf rather than giving you a raise. Rather than just giving more money to you in your hand, in your pocket, that you can then decide what to do with. What we're going to do is give you benefits, quote unquote benefits. No raise. You've been battling, you've been stagnant wages forever. So you went to battle against the Shorenstein family in San Francisco because you're working in their buildings. And you had SEIU representing you, Andy Stern, SEIU, corporate captured Demtar, piece of crap labor representing you. And you said, what I need is more pay. I'm having trouble paying rent, just eating, living. I'm working in this building, downtown San Francisco, Shorenstein building, property. And what I would like is a contract that gives me more pay. I want more money every paycheck is what I would like. And what they came back with was, well, gee, also, man, sorry. We get you 25-cent raise, per hour. But the great thing is that we got you really kick butt benefits. So now the Shorenstein building is going to pay money to the private equity healthcare firm known as Kaiser Permanente on your behalf. So what we've done is made the Shorensteins give money to their friends over at Kaiser, who also are investors. You know what I mean? They're just going to take the money and grift Wall Street, invest, and do crazy research grants and stuff, just grifting, right? So we're giving it to our grifter friends over at Kaiser on your behalf, though. So we're going to pay the premium for you. So there will theoretically have been a premium paid on your behalf. So now you have a membership at Kaiser. And then you go down there, oh gosh, I'm here, I have this chronic back problem. Like, oh, yeah, I don't know, chronic back problem. Yeah. Let's see, Jeff, let's get you on a Zoom call with a nurse. Yeah, you're not even really going to be able to see a doctor, you know what I mean? Whoa, see an in-person visit with a doctor, oh my God, if you really want that, that's months, out there. But I can get you on a phone call with the dork today, right now. I can get you on a phone call with someone you can explain all this, you can waste your time explaining all this stuff to the phone call dork. And then they're going to be overwhelmed and they're still not going to know what to do. And so let's do that, Jeff. That's $20 copay for a phone visit with a doctor now. You can get that. That's great. And that's what we all ended up with. And I've let this video go crazy as I'm driving home. Another day down. Everybody be blessed. Stay real. I hope Rick does have an eye-opening moment and denounces the scum at this meeting called Dialogue. I hope that happens. I pray that happens. And that there's a revival of Christianity. That could, if Rick Warren came out into the American people and had a moment of truth, it could cause a revival. Not a fake Erica Kirk captured TPUSA fake revival of demons, but an actual revival of real Christians, the real Holy Spirit moving within the people, the church, the modern church, whatever that is now, whatever it is. It's you and me, right? It's me with my crazy hair. And you're hearing this. You're the church. The Holy Spirit is talking to you and me, and we want to have a revival of real values, real love. We want families and communities And that's one community at a time, one family at a time. That's how you grow. That's how you make America good again, right? Let's just, maybe not great, but maybe just good. But right now, it's demonic, pedophile, blood-soaked, data, crazy, AI, Nazi crap. So that's such a low bar. But let's just go for good. Let's just get to good. Back to the Constitution, the American Constitution. Everybody learn the Constitution. Because we can't have ICE. If everyone knows the Constitution, ICE won't happen. ICE won't be happening on our streets if people know the Constitution. Or they're going to say, this is an invading army. This is not law enforcement. Posse Comitatus, law enforcement in America they all have to identify themselves, obey the laws themselves. They're not out getting a number count. ICE people were out getting a head count. They were grabbing heads, grabbing people. They were getting like bounty hunters, getting paid per head. And no one's talking about that, see? And that's what's wrong. That's not law enforcement. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat and you love ICE or you hate ICE or you think they're really doing border enforcement. What are they doing border enforcement when they're saying they're doing border enforcement on our southern border? They're actually closer to our Canadian border when they were killing people in Minneapolis, okay? Murdering American citizens point blank. And then lying about it. J.D. Vance went on to call the peaceful protesters that had been murdered on camera. He had the nerve to suggest that they were terrorists, the people that had been murdered. After they'd been murdered by thugs on our streets, he called them terrorists. See, what a pathetic swine that is. What a pathetic piece of crap that is. That's why we need a revolt. Most of those people need to be on skewers. They need their heads on skewers, or they need to be in jail. Most of them. And we need to start over. Start fresh. Reset. American reset. They talk about this reset. Great reset. We need to reset the NATO, the UN, the Keir Starmer, he's gone. But all of them, just reset all of Europe, all needs to be reset. Logic, parliamentary governments, democracy, proportional representation, real representation of real people that live in that country. You're representing the people in France. If you are the Prime Minister of France, you're not representing some globalist. You're not trying to flood the country with people that hate it. No, that's lame. And that's not how migration used to work either. Migration used to be little groups of chunks of people at a time who loved America. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, fucking people. Everywhere you go, I can't be left alone. All right, I'm done with this video. All right, hey, how you going? Be blessed.